Hello students, in this session we are going to study
hardness test. So material testing chapter is there, and in material testing chapter we are studying the hardness test. So hardness test, what is hardness? Hardness has a variety of meanings depending on the application of industry, right? Hardness is basically a comparative term, and different industry persons deal with the different definition of the hardness. If you are a metallurgist, you will say that resistance to penetration is the hardness, right? Or indentation is the hardness. So resistance to indentation or penetration is basically the hardness. And this is how we do the hardness test also. If you are a mineralogist, then you say that resistant to scratching is the hardness. If you can resist the scratching, the material can resist the scratching, then the hard material. And material and another material which is not resisting the scratching or less resisting the scratching, then it is called low hardness material. And if you are a machinist, then you say that resistance to machining is the hardness. If a material is easily machined, that is, it is soft, it is less hard material, hardness is less. And if it is machined difficultly, then it is its hardness is higher. So in general, if we say in general, the hardness is defined as the resistance of the material against indentation or scratching. So this is how the hardness of a material is defined. So in continuation to hardness, next is how the hardness is measured. How the hardness is measured. So hardness is measured using various kind of hardness testers. There are different types of hardness testers are there. These testers use indenters or penetrators, right? Indenters, which which make indent in the material. So specific material shape dimensions depends upon different shapes and material of the specimen, different indenters are used. So indenters are allowed to penetrate into the material surface for specific interval of time, for some time, maybe 10 seconds, 30 seconds, depending on the hardness of the material. Some time is given to for the indenter to indent, and then a certain load is applied, and then the dia of the indentation is measured, and then the hardness of the material is found out. The type of indenter, the applied load, and selected time are all dependent on the type of the material to be tested, right? What type of indenter to be used, how much load should be applied, and for how much time the indentation will be done. This all depends on the type of the material. So basically, in general, we have four types of hardness testing. These are the four types of hardness testers. One is very important, that is Brinell hardness. Then it is Rockwell hardness, Vickers hardness, and Knoop hardness. Right? Other tests are also there, but in general, we use these four types of hardness tests: Brinell, Rockwell, Vickers, and Knoop hardness tests. Out of this, Brinell, Rockwell, and Vickers is more important. Let us now discuss the Brinell hardness test. Right? We have discussed that there are four types of hardness tests. So one of the tests is Brinell hardness test. So in Brinell hardness test, it consists of indenting metal surface with a 10 millimeter diameter steel ball. 10 millimeter dia steel ball is indented. You can see here, this is a steel ball. This is a steel ball of diameter 10 millimeter, and a load is applied. This load is applied, right, vertically, and there is some indentation, and this indentation dia is measured, right? So, and for very hard material, the tungsten carbide ball can be used, right? If the material is hard, tungsten carbide material can also be used. The load applied is 500 kg when there is soft material, and it is 3000 kg if it is a ferrous material, right? For hard material, it is higher load is applied, and load is applied for 30 seconds for soft materials and for 10 seconds for hard materials, right? And diameter of the indenter is measured using the some microscope, right? So this small d dia is measured. So now the force is applied. We know now the force applied, and diameter of the ball, capital D, we know, right? And this small d is the diameter of the indentation, right? Small d. So So using this formula, which is derived by the Brinell, can be used to find out the Brinell hardness number. So here BHN means Brinell hardness number, right? So the material having higher number, Brinell hardness number, is hard, and having less hardness number is soft material or less hard material, right? So this is how we compare the hardness of the different materials using the Brinell hardness number. Now let us discuss the Rockwell hardness. What is Rockwell hardness and Rockwell hardness number? In this case, a minor load is applied in two parts. First, the minor load is applied, that is 10 kg, so that it is settled down, right? And then a major load is applied, and the depth of indentation is recorded using some microscope or dial gauge, right? So this, you can see here, when the small load is applied, your dotted line, you can see here, this is the dotted line, this dotted line is there. At 10 kg load is applied, so some indentation is obtained, but the major indentation obtained when a major load is applied, that may be 150 kg or 100 kg or 50 kg depending on the material, right? So you can see here a cone shape indenter is used. Cone shape indenter is used. Initial load 10 kg and major load 50 kg is used when some hard material is used. Carburized steel or cemented carbides are used. When a ball indenter is used, when of approximate dia 1.58 millimeter, and initial load is 10 kg and major load is 100 kg, because it is a ball, so it is used to find out the hardness of the copper, soft materials like copper, aluminum, right? And for that a ball is used, but load is higher, right? And if the material is again harder, very hard material is there, then again cone shaped indenter is used. The degree of indenter is 120 degree. You can see here this angle is, so cone shape, this angle is 120 degree, right? This angle is 120 degree, and the initial load is 10 kg and major load is 150 kg if the materials are very hard, right? So Rockwell hardness is obtained in two types of indenters. If diamond indenter is used, then this is the formula to find out the Rockwell hardness number. And if ball indenter is used, like for soft materials, copper, aluminum, and brass, in that case, this is the formula to find out the. This is the formula to find out the Rockwell hardness number of the material, right? So these are the methods of finding the Rockwell hardness number of the material. So let us discuss now the Vickers hardness. How we find the Vickers hardness number. So in this case, a micro hardness tester is used to measure the hardness of soft as well as hard materials. So very small hardness tester is used. The surface is subjected to a standard force of 1 to 120 kg of force by means of a square base diamond pyramid indenter, right? So you can see here, this is a diamond pyramid indenter, you can see here, and after indentation you can see diamond shape is there. It includes an angle between the opposite faces of 136 degree. So this angle is basically, this angle is 136 degree, right? So 136 degree angle is there, right here. So this angle between the opposite faces is 136 degree, right? So the included angle between the opposite faces of the pyramid is 136 degree, and D1 and D2 are the indentation after the impression is obtained on the material, right? So average of D1 and D2 can be taken. So basically D is the average of D1 and D2, right? And using this into formula, this formula is obtained from calculation, which is not important here. So Vickers hardness number can be obtained using this formula. Formula can be directly applied, and although it can be derived, but it is not required here. So Vickers hardness number can be obtained by 2f sin theta 2 by d square. So this formula is to be remembered to find out the Vickers hardness number. So this is the concept of Vickers hardness.